All right, so let's talk about our week 3 hands-on. This week we're going to do something different. Every hands-on is a little different, and this will be no exception. So in this week, what you'll need to do is create your Codecademy. So what is Codecademy? So Codecademy is a great website that teaches people how to code. Now, when you go to Codecademy, which I've given you the link, there's a couple ways you can sign up. You can create an account if you want, and that's cool. You can also use your Gmail. So in this case, Google Plus is really your Gmail account, okay? Or you can use Facebook. So it doesn't matter to me how you do it, as long as you do it. So the reason I use Firefox here was only because I'm already logged into my Codecademy here. And this is the course that we're going to be doing off and on and hands-on for the rest of the semester. So we might do this for a couple weeks. We'll see. I'll kind of see what next week feels like based on what happens this week. But back to here. So you'll create your account. You'll complete the first chapter in HTML Basics in the Intro to HTML in the HTML and CSS course. I know that sounds like a lot, so let me just show you. So if I go to Codecademy at the main site, once I log in, there's a couple options I'll get, okay? And there's a lot of courses here. Again, I highly recommend, because this is a great way to get introduced to things, right? So they have several. You can look through here and see some of the things that they offer. So the one that we're going to be doing is the HTML and CSS. And the reason is that I think it's just a matter of importance that any student studying computer concepts have some basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So find the HTML, CSS. You can see how much I've completed. I will have completed it all before we're done. And you can look at how many people have taken this course, which is amazing, and how long. Now, we are only going to bite off this first item, okay? So this is a beginner level. So for this week, you click into the HTML basics. And there's a couple things you can see. You will get some instruction and read it carefully. It'll tell you, it'll give you some content, so you understand what you're doing. It'll also give you some instruction for what it wants you to do. And then if you get stuck, which is cool, they offer some help so that you can go look. All right. So let me just click down here. So you will have 14. And actually that makes sense. If you look up here, it says 1 of 14. Okay. So there's 14 steps. And I've already completed them, so I'm just going to show you. So you work through each step. Once you get to the end, which is the last one, you will get this screen right here, which says, congratulations, you finished the course. So what you want to do is just take a print screen. Now, what I'm going to include on this print screen is my account, right? So like I should have actually had the name on there, but in this case I didn't. I'm just showing you. And the fact that you completed it, okay? So there are other ways, and let me just show you if you want to. I think the profile, let me make sure here. You can actually see how many badges you have. Like I have 22 badges I've done. So you can go down and find a badge. And actually now that I think about it, I think you have to complete for the basic. You have to complete both of no, you can actually get it for this. So either way, you can do it. It's up to you. So however you do it, I want a print screen, right? So of that completion, right? And then we're not going to make you resize it, although you can, just to make it easier. You know how to resize things. You know how to put them up on Google Drive, and you know how to share them, right? So then in your reply here, you'll set this up, right? Change the text here if you want. Do a heading text. Heading in this should be like all old school. I'm not going to go through it in much detail here. Heading text or heading, and this will be link text, right? And this would be linked to your print screen, right? And I'm just showing that as a link to, but so you would link this to that print screen. The key to this, right, is to make sure, remember, we're in hands-on. So let me come back here for a second. Remember, when we're in hands-on, you're sharing it so that everyone can see your completed work. So you have to make sure you do what? Hopefully you know, but I'm just going to click on any image, it doesn't matter. Make sure it is shareable, and the way you know, right, is you get that shareable link, copy that link, come into Blackboard. Okay, so work through this. I think it actually should be pretty fun for you to complete. And then the other thing about this is write your 150 words about your experience and reply to 2 students. Now, the online students seem to be getting this really well, right? So writing one very simple sentence is not an appropriate or what we call substantive reply. So make sure you're doing substantive replies because you learn things from each other, right? So you learn by looking at other people's experiences, and it's just a way to connect. All right, so that is our week 3 hands-on assignment.